G'day, it's Rusty and welcome to the channel. In today's video we're going to be cutting some aluminium fence panels for another job for the Waroona Shire. Previously we made those cutout animals that Sade, the local artist, painted, and they were erected in the community garden. So these fence panels are going on the fence on the main road next to their Railside Park. So the fence panels have the name of the park, which is Railside Park, and also some decorative panels that go on the side of the fence as well. So these are going to be cut out of 3mm aluminium. So there's 9 panels in total. 2 of them are large panels that go on the gate that open up into their Railside Park, and either side of those there'll be 3 long, narrow, decorative panels, and then the last panel is a plate over the fireplace for an old what's left of a house. An old house was demolished years ago, and they've left the boiler and the concrete surround, and then this is going over the front of the fireplace. So once we've cut these out of 3mm aluminium, we're going to take them over to the powder coater. They're going to be done in a gloss black powder coat, and then I'll be delivering them to the Waroona Shire, and they're going to have their works crew install them on the fence. So first things first, we've got to load some 3mm aluminium sheet onto the table, and there's a little bit of manoeuvring to do because we're going to try and cut as much as we can out of a full sheet without trying to cut the sheet in half first, because of the size of the various panels, we're going to try and maximize what we can out of the sheet. So being aluminium, you've got to be careful. You can't just push it onto these slats because it will get scratched underneath. So there's a little bit of jimmying to do. I'm 6 weeks post shoulder surgery. I come off my bike, not very happy with that, because I come off my bike, damaged my shoulder. I've had surgery to relocate the collarbone because I tore the ligaments that hold my collarbone in place and stuck it in the muscle behind. So yeah, got to be a bit careful. So Mrs. Rusty's going to be helping me, and I've also got an offsider as well if I need some more help. So yeah, so I'll show you the panels as we cut them, and then we'll get them cut, get them off, get them cleaned, and then I'll show you how they all look. Okay, I brought you into Inkscape. I just want to show you the design we did for the main gate. This is the Welcome to Railside Park sign, and this top cutout represents the little logo that the Shire of Waroona have on all their literature and their letterheads and stuff. So they've continued that theme. We've got the text, Welcome to Railside Park. Now this sign is, as you can see here, it's 1,020mm wide and it's 750mm high. So when I was on site checking the railing width and also checking the height of the horizontal rails, these dimensions fitted very well. And also you can see this row of mounting holes on this edge. There's a row down the middle and on the other side. They also lined up with one of the vertical slats. So these signs are going to be pop riveted onto the fence railings, and we're also going to have either side of these, we're going to have these smaller panels, and I'll just show you those now. Now in the brief I was given for these signs, I was just numbered P1, P2, P3, which was like the panel 1, panel 2, panel 3. So I just named them that for convenience sake. Now again, these panels are 750 high, represent the same height as the main sign, and they're 270 wide. And the 270 is significant because, like the other main sign, the mounting holes line up with the center of the vertical slats on the fence. So we needed something that sort of, lined up evenly. So that is panel 1 or panel P1, and this is the design for panel P2. As you can see, it's got an arrangement of leaves and honky nuts and things. That's panel P2, and again there'll be 2 of these. And this is panel P3. Again, there'll be 2 of these as well. So each of the panel P1, P2, P3 will be either side of the 2 main gates with the 2 main signs on them. And the other sign I need to make is this fire grate guard. In Waroona they've got what's left of a really old building, and they've kept looks like the old laundry copper, and where the fire was in the side, they want to cover the hole up, and this is the design that we've come up with, and it's just got to, cut out of some logs and some flames. So this is the ninth panel that we've got to cut out. This one's a bit smaller. This one's 390 by 475 high. Now this will give you some idea of the total layout. I said there'll be a gate with this "Welcome to Railside Park" on it, and then to either side there'll be these, one of each of the three panels. I'm not sure what the spacing between them is. That's obviously something that they'll work out. And if I just zoom out, so this is what the total layout will look like. Again, these two gates are quite close, but these three would be together, but there may be a gap between them. I'm not exactly sure. That's sort of something that the works crew will sort out once they've sort of got the main ones in place, and then they can do their spacing. So, all right, so this is what we're going to be cutting out. Let's go over and start the cutting process. So this is the first of the two gate panels that I need to cut. And as you can see here, we're cutting 3mm aluminium. We've got the cutter set to 45 amps. We're running a 1.6mm kerf. So the torch height control voltage is set to 0, which means the software looks after it for me. These are my cutting parameters, and these will be the parameters for the all the cuts. 3,500 millimeters a minute for the cut speed. Slows down to 2,100 on tight corners. 1.9mm cut height. I normally run it at 1.5, but I get it with the aluminium. I find if I raise it a little bit, it stops the aluminium. I get a little bit of aluminium balling up on the top, so I just try to clear that. 3.8mm is the pierce height. We got a 200 millisecond pierce delay, and the floating height is 20mm. So between each cut, torch comes up 20mm, moves to the next one, and goes down. Now, at the moment, we position the torch up the back left-hand corner of the sheet. So basically it's up here. So by using this project position function, I click that, and now the torch knows that it's up here on this corner of the sheet. So now it's just a matter of hit the start button. And that's the first of the two Welcome to Railside Park gate panels. Try to get this off the table, and then we can move the sheet back and then cut the second one. Okay, now that we've cut the first one, it's basically rinse and repeat, if you like. Nothing's changed. We've repositioned the sheet on the table. We've repositioned the torch up into this top left corner, and we're ready to cut the second one. Now that we've finished cutting the second of these gate panels, what we need to move on to now are these skinnier decorative panels. So P1, we need, I'll put that in here. So this is P1. There's 3 panels, as I showed you earlier. Each of these panels needs to be cut twice. So on the sheet, we've got enough room to put 4 And what I'll do now is using this duplicate button, which is this one, I can duplicate that panel. What I am going to do is I'm just going to, you look at it, they look pretty close. Now, aluminium is going to, that's a very, very thin area between the two panels. It might bow a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring that out. Try and line it up the same. Just give me a bit more width. I'm not, I can come down a bit. I'm not exactly sure how to tell the actual distance between there and there. But what I do know is that I can allow a little bit and I think it'll be okay. So now I want P2. Now, this time I need to use the arrow plus because I'm adding it to the cut nesting, if you like. So let me add that. And then that'll put this one here. And again, I think it's too close. So I'm just going to zoom in here and grab, because it's all highlighted, I can grab it and move it. And I don't mind if it's got a little bit more room than it possibly needs, but I'm happy to do that. And then now that's highlighted, I want it again. So I use this copy paste option and then it'll give me another one, which it has done there. And again, I'm just going to zoom in, have a look, and I've got plenty of room out here. So I can move this, try and sort of set it up about the same as all the others. And here we're good to go with the 4 of them. Okay, so that's the design. I've got all 4 panels here. In this instance, we're actually going to set the torch up in this bottom left corner on the sheet, and I'll show you that in a second. So now I'm ready to go. I click this arrow to signify that I'm ready to go. And as you can see here, it's 1149 wide. Well, the sheet's about 1200, 1210. So I've got a little bit of room left, but that's fine. So I tick the box and now it puts it there for me. And at the moment, the torch reckons it's up here. I will position the torch where I want it and we'll go from there. Now, in a couple of recent videos, I showed you that I'm now using this game controller to stand near the table and be able to move the torch around. And I've also added this 2 laser crosshair unit onto the torch. So what it allows me to do is, with the torch raised in the up position, where the cross of the 2 lasers is on the metal, that's exactly where the torch is going to be. So I need to position this to cut these next 4 pieces. So what I can do is I can use the game controller. It allows me to accurately position the torch where I want it to be on the metal, and just means I'm not getting up and running from the desk all the time where the laptop is with my program is, over to here to line everything up. So this has been really helpful to be able to do this, and it makes my life so much easier. Okay, so I've laid the 4 panels here on the table. I've positioned the torch using my new game controller and also that 2 laser crosshair unit on the torch to actually position exactly where I want it. And now we know that the torch is down here. So if I click this project position button here, we're in the right place in relation to the job. It's just a matter now of hitting the start button and then we can cut these 4 out. And now we've got 2 of the P1 panels and 2 of the P2 panels. That's a full sheet done, and I'll just get all these off. We'll lay another sheet on cut the 2 of the 3P panels and also that fire grate panel. Alright, so this is the third and final fence panel. This is P3, and this one, as you've seen before, this is the fire grate plate that goes on a separate installation. Alright, so again, we've got it set up on the table. The torch is up in this top right hand corner. I just need to check the 0 first. So there's our 2 P3 panels, and the other one over there is that fire grate panel. So next thing I've got to do is take these off the table. That's the last of the cutting. Now I've got to clean all 9 panels, and then we can take them to the powder coater. So these are the 2 gate panels that go on the main gates that lead into Railside Park. And then either side of those you'll have one of these. This is P1 panel, and this is the P2 panel, and this is your P3 panel, and then this is the fire grate panel. So yeah, those are all been cleaned, and they'll be off to the powder coater tomorrow. Well, we're over here in Waroona, and the signs have been put up. They've been powder coated, and as you can see, they both fit neatly on these gates. And I'll just pan the camera across and you'll see where the other signs are. Right, these are the 3 smaller panels, P1, P2 and P3. And they are on either side of the 2 gate panels. And this is the Welcome to Railside Park sign, one on each gate. And this is the copper that was, and the boiler from the old house that used to be here. And this is the plate that you saw that cut before, that fire grate plate. That's the one there over that hole there in the fireplace. Well, I'm really pleased the way these signs turned out. They look great on this fence. Just a shout out to the Waroona Shire. Thanks again for getting me to do this job. We did the other one down in the bottom community garden for them. So if you liked the video, a thumbs up would be appreciated. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button is down here. If there's something you don't like about the video and you give it a thumbs down, I appreciate you putting in the comments what it is you don't like, because I'm always trying to make better content. Apologies for the road noise. We're out on the main road here, so we are getting a little bit of traffic noise in the background. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a link in the description below to buy me a coffee. I certainly appreciate all the support I've been getting, and it really helps the channel. So that's it for this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.